Hi everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Manual. Today we're almost ready. It's a reasonably big day again today. I know I've said that quite a few times recently with the weather and everything, but today we're preparing to go and face the dragon. Now I've been doing a lot of mining over the last few days or so, and I'm sure Avo's been doing the same because we have to get kitted out. The dragon is a boss mob, and it makes him very, very tough. And, well, if you go in there unprepared, then you are bang in trouble. So I've spent the last couple of days, as I say, mining, got myself quite a lot of diamond gear. I say a lot, I've covered myself in diamonds, basically. I've got the achievement. So I've got myself some protection diamond armour, a projectile protection helmet, a blast protection chest plate, and a protection for pair of leggings and projectile protection 3 boots. None of them have got mending on. I've not managed to get myself a mending book yet. I've also repaired up my shield using some planks on an anvil, so that's nice and protected up. I've got unbreaking on my pick. I've also got unbreaking and sharpness 4 on my sword. It would have been nice to get sharpness 5, but I've not been able to get sharpness 5. So what I want to do now, I've got pretty much everything I'm going to go in there with, apart from a couple of key things. Now, one of those is going to be an ender chest, and we'll make one of those in a second. The other one is going to be some potions. Now, I want to get myself a specific potion, which I don't have downstairs, and for that potion, I'm going to need... there they are. Gonna need some of those bad boys. So I'm hoping to get some of them to come down and have a go at me. Here you go. Hello, mate. They make a horrible noise. I should be okay because I've got my... There you go. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh. So I need the membranes. I mean the phantom membrane. Oh, crikey. To make the potions of slow falling. So just give me a second to sort these out. Didn't get one there. Got one. Fabulous. So you get the phantom membranes by killing phantoms, and you may remember phantoms will come out, they will spawn if you are out in the open and you haven't slept for at least 3 days. So if you've not been in a bed for 3 days and you're out in the open, these won't spawn if you're underground or you're undercover somewhere. If you're in a house, they won't spawn. But if you're out in the open during the night after 3 days, you'll get phantoms, and if you kill them, you'll get phantom membrane. A phantom membrane is brilliant because A, it will repair your elytra, and hopefully we'll get some elytra soon, as soon as we kill the dragon. But B, you can make a potion of slow falling out of phantom membrane. Now, I've also been to the nether, and I've got myself a couple of ghast tears. We got one a while ago. I got another one while I was over there just now, and that allows me to make potions of regeneration. So that's the same effect as my beacon at the moment, but it's in a potion. How cool is that? It's not that one, is it? It's that one. So currently at the moment, 3 potions of regeneration in there. If I replace the ghast tears with the phantom membrane and press the button again, potions of regeneration are going to fall into here. So we'll have those. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Just put my ghast tear away for the time being. So we're now going to make potions of slow falling, which is going to be handy when we're fighting the dragon, because no doubt he will whack you and he will send you miles and miles and miles in the air. Awkward potions. So what I'm going to get now also is I'm going to grab myself some more glass. I know I've got some more in the chest up there, and I'm going to make myself some glass bottles, and that's because I want to get the dragon breath. Because you can make lingering potions out of dragon breath, and we'll talk about that probably in the next episode when we're facing the dragon, because there's nothing I can do about it now. Potions of slow falling. Had an extender to a 1 minute 30 potion of slow falling. You get a 4 minute potion of slow falling. Brilliant. So I'm going to make some more of those. So those fall into the chest. And I'm going to have those potions away as well. So all that's left now then. Let me grab my glass. So I've got my glass to make glass bottles. Well, we'll just use the recipe book. So now we've got 63 glass bottles, which will come in handy in a little while. I've got my membrane. I need to grab myself some water. Now, Endermen, as you may remember, Endermen don't like water. So if you're being pummeled, and they hit like a train as well. So if you're being pummeled over in the end, put yourself down some water on the floor. They won't be able to get close to you. So that's why I'm taking some water. I'm also taking some blocks, because when you go through the end portal for the first time, you could quite easily be on a little 5x5 obsidian platform that is away from the main island. Sometimes it's inside the main island, sometimes it's underground in the main island and you have to dig up, but more often than not it's on a little platform just off the edge of the main island, and you're going to have to block over to the main island. So if you go through the end portal and you don't have any blocks on you and you're on the little spawning pad, then you're done for. There's nothing you can do but jump off. You can't even leave things on the main platform. If you go there without any blocks but you have an ender chest and you put your ender chest down on the spawning platform, next time you go through the portal, everything above that spawning platform up to 5 blocks above it will get incinerated when you go through. It's like the Stargate. It will just incinerate everything on that platform. So if you leave anything on that platform and then die thinking you can go back and pick it up later, you're wrong. You're going to have to build a little annex over the side of the platform. I'll talk about this later. There won't be enough time to talk about it when we're fighting the dragon, but I'll go through this a little bit later. So what have we got then? We've got our potions. So I want to make myself a couple of ender chests. And ender chests are fabulous. There you go. They're in your crafting book already. But if you don't have them in your crafting book, it's a circle of obsidian. We're going to make 2 of them. Circle of obsidian and a couple of eyes of ender. Make ourselves 2 ender chests. And they're similar to normal chests in that they've got the same amount of storage space in them, but you can access them from anywhere you have an ender chest. So if I put an ender chest here and then put an ender chest at the end portal, then I can put stuff in here and then I can take it out at the end portal. You need to be careful where you put these though, because you can't pick them up unless you have a silk touch pick. So I'm just going to put one here to start with. I'm going to stick my eyes of ender in it. I'm going to need those in order to activate the end portal. I'll stick all my potions in there because I won't need them while I'm running across to get there. But I'll put them there just in case I die between here and getting to the stronghold. We'll put those in there. Don't need that glass. We'll put my bed in there because I don't need my bed until I get there. And I'll put my blocks in there as well because I don't need my blocks until I'm going there. And I'll probably put my torches in there too because I won't need those. I won't need my bucket of water. Put that in there. And I'm going to stick my obsidian in there because I'm going to make an ender portal. A nether portal when I get there. So I'll probably need to stick in some flint and steel while I'm doing it, just to be on the safe side. I was reasonably convinced I had a flint and steel. There it is. Put that in there too. So all of that lovely stuff will be waiting for me when I put down this ender chest in the stronghold. Okay, so I think I've got everything. I'm going to double check this. I've got some decent armour. I've got my shield. I've got my pick, because you're going to need a pick when you get to the end because you're going to have to mine end stone. I've got a reasonably good sword. I've got my wood and my... remember, you always take wood with you because you can make more tools out of that. You can make a crafting bench, so I'm always going to be taking wood. And when I get there, I've got my Eyes of Ender to put in the main portal to get the end portal working. So wish me luck. It's 1,000 or so, couple of thousand blocks that away over the back of my head. I do like pointing with my head. So I shall meet you when I get over there. Brilliant. So we've made it to the stronghold just in time, actually, because it's just getting dark. So I've made myself a spiral staircase down there. We won't need this soon because we are going to make an end portal. A nether portal, which will link up to a nether hub eventually. Now, you may remember in the last episode we went through here and we did all the lighting up, we did all the mob fighting, so we haven't got to worry about any of that. Just got to remember which way it was. To the end room, actually, to the end portal, was it? This is it. This is the way. Brilliant. I am just going to light up around here because this just might be dark enough for mobs to spawn in. Now remember, don't go around whacking these blocks with anything, even a torch. Whack it with anything, and the silverfish could spawn. God, that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? So now what I want to do is find somewhere safe to put down a bed and my ender chest. I'm just going to stick my bed down here, actually. If I stick my ender chest down just there, and everything that we put in it back at the base is in there. I'm going to put my bed down there. Now, the reason for the bed is, just really simply, is when you die, and there's a very good chance you are going to die when you're in the end. If you die in the end, you'll spawn back at your spawn location, your spawn point. And if that's a bed that you've slept in back at your base, that's where you're going to spawn. Now, it's taken me the best part of 10 minutes to get here, running along. So if all of my stuff is in the end and Avo's there, all of my stuff is going to be loaded in the end and it's going to despawn. I'm going to lose it all. So I really, if I die, want to respawn as close to the end portal as I can, which is for the reason for putting a bed down there. Now you've just seen it's getting dark upstairs. I should be able to sleep, which I can. And now, when I die, I keep saying when I die, the only time I haven't died fighting the dragon was when there were about 15 of us back on the Frilioth server, and all I did then was just run about, getting away from Endermen and then collected the XP, which is not really the way to do it. So I'm pretty much as ready as I'm going to be to go. So let's take out our Eyes of Ender, and I got 12 of them, although I'd forgotten actually that one of these was already filled in. Now, as I mentioned, sometimes all of them are filled in, sometimes none of them are filled in. If you're really lucky, obviously the luckier you are, the more are going to be filled in. We've got the one filled in, so I just need to put the rest of the Eyes of Ender, ding, 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 around here. Now, do not fall in. If you fall in there, you're going to die because of the lava. Once I put the last one in, there's going to be a lovely sound effect, and this will all go black and starry, and that will be the end portal, and we'll be ready to go. Boom, look at that. Love that noise. It's just a brilliant, brilliant effect. Right, I'm not going to jump in there at the moment because A, I'm not ready, and B, I want to do it with Avo. Because it's always good to take some mob bait with you, and this and the next episode, Avo, is going to be my mob bait. So before I do say goodbye for this episode, I just want to go through a couple of things that we're going to be doing in the next episode, and it will all happen relatively quickly. So I don't think I'm going to be able to go through it while we're fighting the dragon. So what we're going to do is we'll go through the portal behind me. We'll spawn onto a 5x5 obsidian platform. This could be, as I mentioned, underneath the main island, which is why you're going to need a pick. Because if you spawn underground, it's going to take you forever to dig your way out, and the dragon can still get you. He can fly through things, so he can still get you while you're inside the island. If you spawn on the outside of the island on a 5x5 platform next to the island, you're going to need some blocks to get you from where you are to the main portal. To the main island. hence the reason for taking some cobblestone with you. Also, cobblestone is good for building a little platform above you. If you build a temporary platform 3 blocks above you, so you can just fit underneath it, then you can protect yourself against Endermen. So think about doing that as well. Do it against one of the obsidian pillars. It's going to just be easier to do that. So when we get to the end, the first thing we're going to have to do is disable the crystals that are on top of the obsidian towers. Some of these you're going to be able to shoot at, which is why we have our bow and our arrows. Some of them are going to be protected by iron bars. The only way to get to those is to get up there and manually break them. Now, you can either build ladders up the side of the obsidian towers, which is a bit dodgy because if you get knocked off, then you're in trouble, or you can pillar up with stone brick or stone cobblestone blocks, which is what I'm probably going to do. When you're at the top, they are lethal. I mean, these things are incredibly powerful, so don't just go whacking them with your pick. If you do that, you are going to die. I might be able to go through this a little bit more when we start breaking them, but be prepared to break the iron bars that are around the crystals and then back away, get as far away as you can, even if it means pillaring out a little bit on some cobblestone, and then shoot it with a bow, because if, as I say, if you stand next to it and whack it with your pick, it's going to explode and it will kill you stone dead, and then you'll be back here wondering where all your gear is. And also, when you're there, and you undoubtedly will get whacked by an Enderman, don't forget to put down your bucket of water. Don't forget where your cobblestone shelter is in order for you to protect yourself. Now, if you really, really want to, and I pretty much never do because they're impossible to see through, you can get yourself a carved pumpkin. And if you put a carved pumpkin on your head, you can look at Endermen and they won't attack you. But unless you have one of these funky texture packs on, which I don't, they are really difficult to see through, and I just find it much easier not to wear one. However, if you're worried about dying in the end, then grab yourself a pumpkin, carve it, and then put it on your head. You will look a bit stupid, however, it will protect you against Endermen, so that's something else you might want to do. Now, as far as your inventory is concerned, sort all of that out before you go. What you don't want to be doing is going into your inventory and trying to get your sword in your hand, or get your stone pick, or move your get your diamond pick, or move your blocks of stone into the right hand, or get your torches out, or do any of that when you're in the end to start with, because the dragons are going to come for you. He's a boss, that's what he does. So make sure you've sorted out your inventory into the order that you're familiar with and you're happy with before you go into the end. Now, as far as fighting the dragon is concerned, while he's flying about in the air, you'll see myself and Avo shooting at him with our bows. As soon as he comes down to, I don't know whether he comes down to what you would call it actually, whether he's nesting or whether he's just coming down to the portal at 0-0, or there's a structure bang in the middle of the island at 0-0. He comes down to that, and then he starts breathing the fire. The stuff comes out of his mouth. That's what we're going to try and bottle. That will give us the lingering potions. But while he's down there, arrows will bounce off of him. So there's no point in trying to shoot him with your bow when he's hovering above what will be the end portal. The only way you can whack him then is to get up close and personal, whack him with your sword. If you're stood on a couple of blocks while you're doing this, you won't get attacked by the dragon breath, because you can quite easily stand in the dragon breath without knowing. You're concentrating on whacking the dragon, and before you know it, all your health's gone and you're dead. Okay, so be wary of the dragon breath. Be wary of the fireballs he's going to shoot at you. If he flies into you, he will knock you a cajillion miles in the air, which is why we have our slow falling potions. Be wary of looking directly at Enderman unless you have your pumpkin on your head. There's just so many things that you've got to be wary of. So I thought I'd just go through a few of them now before we get into them, because no doubt when we're in the end, Havo and I are going to be running around like chickens without heads. It's going to be very funny, but you probably won't learn a great deal. But anyway, I've waffled on for far too long. Thank you very, very much for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to go and check out Avo's video on how he got here and what he did to the stronghold in order to make it ready for battle, ready for us to go through and combat the dragon. And if you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to slap that like button. We would really appreciate it. Thank you very much again. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.